Good day, everybody. Welcome to Endurance Room. Today, we're talking about the Soviet Gorka suit. It's also known as the Russian mountain suit or the Russian windproof suit. So I've had this for about a month now. I have a Bars Gorka-3. The brand name is Bars. There's several different manufacturers that produce these. Bars produces the suits for the special forces in Russia. There's a couple other companies. Anna, I believe, is one of the higher end variants. They make a number of suits for all different seasons. They've got a summer suit, a demi suit, which is good for the spring and the fall, and there's also a winter suit that is lined with fleece. The suits are quite loose fitting. There's quite a bit of room in them, which is awesome because that lets you add layers underneath, and that dramatically increases the warmth of the suit. The suit that I'm wearing, this is a Bars Gorka 3, is one of the summer variants. It's the same fabric that they're using in the Plush Palatka. It's a specialty weave that they're doing on the fabric. It's some kind of cotton canvas, but the way the fibers are twisted, when they get wet, when they come in contact with moisture, they swell up and prevent water from permeating the barrier. It's really interesting stuff. I've been using my Plush Palatkas for about 4 months now, and none of them are treated with wax. And I've had no problems whatsoever with water permeating those tarps. So there's something special about the weave. I've read that the first Gorka suits were implemented in World War II in Germany. They were used by hunters in the mountains, and the Soviets adopted this technology and brought it back to Russia. In the 80s, when Russia was in Afghanistan, they had some serious problems with their attire up in the mountains with the weather they were experiencing. Their gear wasn't cutting it, and they went back and revised the Gorka suit for mountain warfare, and that's where these come from. So it's been used for, in this current variation for about the last 40 years. There's several companies that are producing them. They can be had fairly economically. This is a Bars Gorka 3 suit, and I paid about $100 for it. You can find them on eBay, you can find them on Amazon. There's Russian military wholesalers that are selling them, like the Gray Shop is one. So this is the summer suit, and I would say it's good for about 60 degrees, 65 degrees, about the warmest you would go with it. That's about what it is right now, and I'm pretty warm wearing this. But you can add layers underneath it as the weather gets colder. You can put on some thermals, and I mean, it's baggy enough, loose fitting enough that you could wear a sweatshirt, a hoodie, some thermals, a couple layers underneath this, and it would dramatically increase the insulation. So, I'm really anxious to check it out this winter. I think with, a pair of long johns and maybe a pair of sweatpants underneath, like the pants, and then a hoodie and a thermal underneath, maybe a t-shirt, like it's going to be rocking. It's going to be toasty warm. A couple months back, I got to test out the Plush Palatka, which is the same material as this, with my wool greatcoat, and because of the way the fabric stops the wind, it also helps the radiant body heat that your body's emitting stay trapped inside the garment. And the more layers you're adding inside of that, the warmer it's going to get. So these things are awesome, guys. They've added this ripstop-like material on all the stress points of the suit: the elbows, shoulders, the knees, the seat of the pants, the pant legs, the cuffs. It just adds a little extra protection on all the high stress points of the garment. It may be treated with some kind of water repellency. I'm not sure. They do recommend that you avoid washing them too often. I haven't washed my suit yet, and I've I've put it through its paces. So even though this is a summer suit with a couple layers underneath it, I don't think I'd have any problem out in the winter. Haven't got to test that out yet, but just from how the Plush Palaka performed over top of my clothing this winter, like I'm not too worried about it. I think this thing is going to be a champ. They've got elastic bands on the cuffs, on the pant legs, on the backs of the knees to help pull the suit in and keep it tight without being overly baggy and hanging loose. So you've still got the space, but it's not flopping around and gonna get caught on anything. Like, it's very well thought out. It's very well designed. It's like an anorak style jacket. It's buttoned up. There's a hood. There's a little brim that will go over your hat, and you can fold it up, cinch it down. There is a toggle in the back that you can form fit the hood, so you can shape it to your head and basically like customize the suit to your body. Your movement is not restricted whatsoever. It literally feels like you're wearing a jogging suit, a really lightweight, strong, durable jogging suit that's made for running around in the woods, in the mountains. It's phenomenal. Like, I wish I had this 20 years ago. All the hardware on the jacket and the pants are buttons. It's real old school. And if you have a problem with it, you can fix it in the field. You can repair it in the field, whereas if your zipper breaks, you're SOL. So I've had no problems with any of the buttons coming off, any of the threads coming loose. I've been busting through all this brush around here and all these thorns, and it's fine. The suit is holding up great. I had a couple little tiny threads like come out of a spot on the knee, and literally I just snipped it off, and that's it. It's done. This fall I plan on taking the suit archery hunting, and probably wear it deer hunting in the winter as well, because you can throw orange over top of it, a couple layers underneath, and I think it's going to be great. Fabric itself it's quiet. Unlike a modern fabric, like as you're walking, like there's no noise. So, I mean, the pants don't rustle as you walk. The jacket doesn't make noise as you're moving your arms. It's brilliant. There are a number of models. There's also a number of different color schemes that are available, different camouflages. I went with just the basic Gorka-3. It's a little less military looking. It lets me wear the jacket out in public without, turning too many heads. There's a ton of storage space in both the jacket and the pants. On the jacket, you've got pockets on both arms. You've got an internal pocket that's secured with a button, so you're not losing your stuff. You've got large pockets on the sides. The pants have large cargo pockets on both sides. There's pockets up top, roomy pockets, and there's pockets on both sides in the back, also with buttons. Something to note is the lids of the pockets. As you unbutton them and peel them up, there's this extra flap that's sewn in that helps secure your gear. So if you're traveling, you've got your gear laid in here, and it's not buttoned up, it keeps it from popping out. It's super clever. Like, if I'm out doing some navigation and I've got my compass in my pocket, like, I don't have to fiddle with the button getting in and out of it and not be worried about losing it on the trail. So it's an awesome design. From what I can tell, the two most popular models are the Gorka-3 and the Gorka-4. There's also a 5 that's got a little bit different fabric I think it's all of the modern like ripstop fabric, but it's still waterproof, it's still windproof. The Gorka-3 it's buttoned up. You can open the jacket up, and that's why I chose it, because it gives you more variability in the climate. You can open it up to cool down or take it off quite easily. But the Gorka 4 is like an anorak style jacket. It's a pullover with all the same pockets, same design, same hood and everything. Looks the same, except there's a large pocket on the belly, which would be super convenient. It'd be really nice to have, but I just see that being a little bit too warm in some of the temperatures that I experience in my area. So I went with the Gorka-3 to get a little bit more use out of my suit. The camo patterns that are available with the Gorka-5 are a little bit more diverse than they are for the 3 or the 4. But if you're not worried about that, I'd say the Gorka-3 is probably the most versatile option of the bunch. There's a number of different companies that produce the suits that you could check out, and they all seem to be about the same price range, between 70 on the low end to like 110, 140 on the higher end. I went with the bars because A, it was available, and B, this is what they're issuing to their special forces, so it's got to be fairly decent, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. I mean, for the money, you can pretty much get a whole suit that you'd pay for a pair of higher end like outdoor pants. The suit comes with the jacket, the pants, and these nifty suspenders. They attach to the sides rather than the front and the back, which is a rather unique design. It doesn't catch on your clothing. It doesn't bind as you're moving, and like I've had no issues with them. So you can wear your clothing with or without a belt with the suspenders, and it's great. There's also elastic in the waistband, which adds to the variability in sizing between different body types. So say you were on a loan and you put on an extra 50 pounds because you wanted to go the distance, this would let you keep your pants up. Yeah, I think a few of the guys on a loan have used the Gorka. I've seen Alan Kay. He won season 1 of Alone. I've seen him wearing a Gorka-3. Mitch from Native Survival, I believe he rocked a Gorka. There's probably been a few other people, but those guys went through some pretty serious conditions for a rather lengthy amount of time. And if that was the gear they're choosing, and this is what the Russian military has chosen and left unchanged for like the last 40 years, it should tell you something. So yeah, guys, Gorka, I give it 2 thumbs up. So yeah, the Gorka suit, I totally recommend it. I've had no issues with it so far. It's been about a month. I want to get some more time with it and really test it out this fall and winter and see what it's like with a few more layers underneath it. I think it's going to be awesome. I can totally do a follow-up video if you guys are interested as the seasons start to change. But right now, I would say go for it. It's a real winner. So real quick, I just want to give a couple shout outs to a couple people. Trey Montaigne of the North. The man has got a fantastic bushcraft channel. He's way up there where it's cold, and he gets some really amazing nature footage and some incredible bushcraft work. He's been pretty active in the comments section on some of my videos, and he's dropped a bunch of knowledge bombs on me. So the guy's put in his dirt time and has a lot to offer. So you guys should definitely check him out and connect with him. Also to Woods, MT Woods Runner. Woods has been super supportive of my channel, and he's helped me get things going, and I just real appreciative, Woods. Thank you very much, sir. So please give both those guys a follow. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to my friend Catherine. She just made this lovely wampum necklace for me. She makes some really incredible stuff. She's got a store on Etsy, and I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. Right on, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, just drop a comment. If you enjoyed the video, you want to stay connected, hit subscribe, pound that bell, and hit like. It'll help support the channel and help me grow. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the woods.